the hell is everybody? So, it's the end of the month, the last Saturday in the month. Normally, gonna be honest, I don't do politics in this podcast, but sorry, folks. Got some politics to discuss tonight. Wife's got a new job. To the Brazilian stuff, my wife's got a new job. Figure I'd take you through like what my karate workout, show you some of the stuff I do, and of course, like I said, I had to include politics and some of the shit going on in the United States. So first, let's take a look at my wife's new job. This is where she works. It's a boteca or a bar. Now, they named it the Pit Stop. I have no idea other than maybe they heard something on television in English, because there's no car racing here in Brazil at all. So I don't know why they would, and it's not in Portuguese. I didn't translate it. It's literally the Pit Stop. He has Brazil's weird in that you can just pick a piece of land, throw like a pool table there, maybe build a bar like he did there, and then you build the bar around the bar you built. That's a trailer that's just a refrigerator filled with beer, and he pulled that up with a truck, and that's a bar. And he's doing construction in the back. There's a bathroom back there, needs a sink and stuff. He has a tire place next door, and a place down there sells used cars. So the guy's got money. Actually, I think he's in debt up his ass, but that's how it goes in Brazil. Of course, you saw my wife there. He just went out and bought another pool table. All the plastic furniture that we buy for camp, that's like bar furniture for them. There's the other pool table. Now, I'm just figuring out Brazilian pool. Now, like when we scratch in the States, you take the white ball, you put it on the end of the pool table, you get a free shot. Now in Brazil, if you scratch, your opponent gets to take a ball off the table. So if you keep scratching, they can actually win the game, and you never, my wife, it's closed down. It was closed down that night because her boss's mother's in the hospital. Let's talk about single-payer health care. Yeah, that's the back bar there. That has a small fridge in there too. But let's talk about single-payer health care. They have government health care in Brazil. His mother went in the hospital. She has diabetes. She's old and obese. But they had to do some surgery on her intestines or whatever. Well, the doctor screwed up. I guess perforated her intestines, and now she has sepsis. She's in a coma, and she's going to die. That's single-payer health care. You don't get the best doctors because they're government employees. It's kind of like the VA. Yeah, I wish we could actually do that in the States. Just pull up a trailer and fucking sell beer, but nope. I don't think they have a license to sell beer. There is a license you have to get to open a business, but that's nothing, really. Yeah, all those tires are from next door. He stores his tires there. Okay, now a word from our sponsors. A result of 40 years of training and experience, Tactical Training with Firearms was written to meet the needs of the gun owner, the experienced shooter, those who own a weapon strictly for home and self-defense, and for the military member who wants to become a better shooter in defense of our country. It's also for the law enforcement officer who risks his or her life going against the thugs of our society, for anyone interested in learning the defensive and tactical training techniques from some of the best and most experienced shooters in the world. This comprehensive training manual includes chapters on safety, negotiation, verbal force techniques, fundamentals in training, battle drills, Cooper's color code system of mental awareness, legal aspects of self-defense, justification criteria, lethal force, discrimination shooting, ballistics, bio, or how the body works during a life and death encounter, incapacitating an aggressor, speed, stealth, self-defense gun selection, unloading your pistol, weapons malfunctions, force-on-force simulation training safety, the right angle draw stroke, gun ready positions, problems with tactical reload, increased survivability in a gunfight, multiple attackers, night and low light shooting, shooting with tactical lights, fundamentals of close quarter shooting, long gun, close quarter shooting, rapid fire, the quick draw ground technique, shooting drills, tactical shotgun and breaching with the shotgun. The shooting skills taught in this book carry broad application in civilian, law enforcement, and military contexts. Common criminals, terrorists, assailants, the enemy and threat will find themselves outgunned in the face of a properly armed and trained shooter. Members of the armed services, government, and law enforcement agencies, as well as civilians, will find that the close-range shooting methods addressed in this book can provide a decisive advantage. Yes, folks, I've written some books. Before, actually, these are older books that I've just republished. By the way, I'm a master firearms instructor and a combat shooting instructor. My certificates are actually in the book. Actually, I have a copy of that one. The old copy, the old version, this one. This is the old version, right here. But on to bigger and better things. Now this next guy, he's a veteran. I always try to remember his name because I have traumatic brain injury. Russ, I think. Veteran, real like a country boy. His channel's fine. I follow his channel. Generally, he's a comedian. I think he does construction and then does like comedy. But he ain't doing comedy in this one. And he's 100% correct. Pretty much on everything he said, because he has serious content on his channel, and then he has jokes about, country life and women. He's not married. He has a dog though, and don't insult his baby, which is his dog. But yeah, I put his name and his channel in the video and in the description. Go over and check him out.
Okay, it ain't very often that a redneck has a good idea, but I got a good idea and I can fix everything that's going on in this nation right now with my idea. I need y'all to sit down, shut the fuck up and listen, because this is going to go places right here. I just need y'all to hear me out, all right? I am a firm believer that everybody in this nation should get to vote for whoever they want to. It is a freedom thing. It shows democracy, freedom, everything that we stand for. I am all for that. But if we're going to continue on with our current voting process, I do believe that we need to put a bylaw into our voting process that one day out of every 4 years in between elections, we have a government issued mandatory day off with pay in order to go take a fucking IQ test. Because I am a firm believer, firm believer. There's a lot of y'all out there that go in that voting booth and y'all don't have the cognitive recognition or intelligence in order to make an educated vote for the people that's going to be running this nation. Now, with that being said, we have a saying down here in the South, where I'm from. Now, I don't care where you're from, but this happens down here, but it seems to work very well. And the Southerners and the rednecks and the country people, we've been using this saying since Moby Dick was a minnow. All right, it works very well. Anytime that we see somebody who is not acting right, let's just leave it at that. It is not acting right. We look at them and we say, they ain't never had a board put on their ass before. Now, let me tell you the whole premise about getting a board put on your ass. When you are an adolescent in the south of the Mason-Dixon line, and you say dumb shit, or you do dumb shit, you then get a board put on your ass. And it's amazing how quickly you stop doing dumb shit or saying dumb shit. It is a deterrent. And I do believe that we need to institute that into our daily lives, because from what I have seen in light of recent events, especially yesterday and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that, these people ain't never had a board put on their ass before. I have been instructed by my lawyers not to speak out on these events because I have enough legal shit going on right now to fill up a damn wheelbarrow. I really do, because I don't really like taking bullshit. But yesterday really hit me hard when I have to watch on TV that there is people who are in this nation, they're standing on the land that my family and friends fought and died for, and they find it is within their rights to take the symbol of American pride and freedom and put it down on the ground, pour lighter fluid on it, and light it on fire. Them people ain't never had a board put on their ass. Now, if you need somebody to volunteer to go put a board on their ass, I guarantee you I'm at the top of the list. And there's millions of people on this page right now that will 100% volunteer. I volunteer as tribute. You do not fuck with the one symbol of freedom that all of us, all of our family members, officials, just so happen to not think it was important enough to go visit and take care of that issue. No, what are they doing? One of them's looking for fucking ice cream, one of them's looking for fucking sponsors. I am sorry. I'm not okay with it. I'm not gonna be okay with it. I am a firm believer that in this nation, we ought to add it to the fucking Constitution that if you say or do dumb shit, anybody within your parameter, anybody that can see you say or do dumb shit ought to have the right with no penalty at all to put a board on your ass, and we can fix everything that's going on in this nation. Redneck logic. Y'all have a good one. Shit.
Amen. I'll volunteer, man. Just put my name on the list. We called it in the military wall-to-wall counseling, or dimensional lumber, right? You get stupid, you go grab a piece of some dimensional lumber. Depends on how stupid you are. Speaking of stupid, gotta ask you Americans, because I'm living in Brazil now. What the fuck you all doing? Do you want to be like Brazil? Do you want to be a third world shithole? Because the candidate that the Democrats, and I keep asking the Democrats, did you vote for her? Or did they just, install her? Excuse me. Anyway. Trying to figure out, do you guys actually want to be like Brazil, like a socialist? Everybody's poor here, and different than poor in the States, but everybody's poor here except for me. I'm not doing too bad. Not rich, but I'm not as poor as I'd be in the States because you would like fucking idiots. But that's it. Poor
Replacing Biden with Harris is like shitting your pants and changing your shirt.
And we get the privilege, and even I do because I get it on YouTube and Facebook. These fucking retards share it on Facebook. That we get to listen to this for the next 4 months.
Black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all. I'm blickety black, blacker than black, I'm blacker than black, yo, because I'm black and I'm black. Yo, I'm black and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm black, y'all, and I'm blacker than black, and I'm black, y'all.
Of course, then we'll also get to hear about the fact that she's a woman. So now the loony left knows what a woman is?
The North American cackling dingus is among the most intelligent of all the Democrat species. Interestingly, the cackling dingus has evolved within the swamps of our nation's filthy capital to forego traditional traits such as skill or intelligence. Instead, it thrives on its diversity. This particular dingus has remarkably ascended the ranks of the scrotum pole in Washington, despite its dodo bird-like personality.
Knocking on that door and practicing how to do it.
Despite her so-called room temperature IQ, the cackling dingus may astonishingly transcend the ranks of swamp creatures and emerge as the leader of the free world. Not through the traditional electoral process, but rather by sheer attrition, this diversity hire could find herself in the highest office globally. It is truly remarkable that a woman who, as the saying goes, couldn't pour water out of a shoe even if the instructions were on the heel, might one day be entrusted with the nuclear football.
Yes, they get very upset when you say she was a DEI hire, but she was. If you watch the debate with Biden, he was going to hire a black woman because, well, yeah. And of course, then we have the transgendered admiral who says you should castrate your kids. So, yes, and guess what? She gets to own all that now. That's all hers. That's her party. So she's going to try and distance herself, I'm sure, from Sniffy Joe and his policies. But no, it was you too.
Resultado de 40 anos de treinamento e experiência, o treinamento tático com armas de fogo foi escrito para atender às necessidades do proprietário da arma, do atirador experiente, daqueles que possuem uma arma estritamente para caça e autodefesa e para o militar que deseja se tornar um atirador melhor em defesa de nosso país. É também para o policial que arrisca sua vida contra os bandidos de nossa sociedade e para qualquer pessoa interessada em aprender as técnicas de treinamento defensivo e tático de alguns dos melhores e mais experientes atiradores do mundo. Este manual de treinamento abrangente inclui capítulos sobre segurança, negociação, técnicas de força verbal, fundamentos em treinamento, exercícios de batalha, sistema de código de cores de Cooper de consciência mental, aspectos legais da legítima defesa, critérios de justificação, força letal, tiroteio de discriminação, balística, bio, ou como o corpo funciona durante um encontro de vida ou morte, incapacitar um agressor, velocidade, furtividade, seleção de armas de autodefesa, descarregando sua pistola, mau funcionamento das armas, segurança de treinamento de simulação de força contra força, o traço de desenho em ângulo reto, posições prontas para armas, problemas com a recarga tática, maior capacidade de sobrevivência em um tiroteio, vários atacantes, tiro noturna e em condições de pouca luz, tiro com luz estáticas, fundamentos do tiro a curta distância, arma longa, tiro de perto, fogo rápido, a técnica do Quick Draw Ground, exercícios de tiro, espingarda tática, rompendo com a espingarda. As habilidades de tiro ensinadas neste livro têm ampla aplicação em contextos civis, policiais e militares. Criminosos comuns, terroristas, agressores, o inimigo e a ameaça, todos se verão desarmados diante de um atirador devidamente armado e treinado. Membros das Forças Armadas, agências governamentais e de aplicação da lei, bem como civis, descobrirão que os métodos de tiro a curta distância abordados neste livro podem fornecer uma vantagem decisiva.
Yeah, just trying to hack some books, man. I have them in English and Portuguese. Thinking about translating them to Spanish, but nobody in Brazil can own a gun legally. When I say can't own a gun, I'm saying legally. The police, but they're no different than the criminals. They can't shoot for shit either. They can shoot a lot though. There was a video where they took down a serial killer. Yeah, they like sprayed the house, like the entire inside of the house with, they used a fan fail here, 7.62 by 51. Yeah, they literally destroyed the house. Like, if an American police department did what they did, like fucking, they'd be sued and have to rebuild the entire house. Because they just, and that dude was sprayed from head to toe. Like, just fucking, here they'll actually put pictures of dead bodies in their news without blurring them out. Just because, well, fuck it. Now, this next thing I saw on Facebook, this is how out of touch the loony left is. Because, obviously this is a loony leftist who turned off comments because, I guess they didn't want to be told they're idiots. Yes, they turned off comments. Let's replace all racist statues with frogs. Okay. Do they realize that all the racist statues that they're talking about are Democrats? That's the funny thing about, well, the loony left and the Republicans. The loony left hate the Confederate flag. The Democrats hate the rebel flag, but it was a Democrat flag. The Republicans love the rebel flag. That's a Democrat flag. Here's an idea. How about just everybody shut the fuck up because you don't know what the fuck you're talking about? Yeah, I could tell by the name that she was a loony leftist, and I looked at some of the posts, and yeah. This is what happens when you take actual history out of schools and replace it with CRT.
Shooting skills have gone downhill, worldwide. Period. Getting better, but the folk behind them are getting worse. Much worse. You can have the best rifle in the world, but if you don't know how to shoot it, what's the point? This book shows you the science and the art of long-range shooting. Yes, it is a combination of the two. From body mechanics to something as simple as eye relief. Everything could matter when it comes to those long shots. This book tries to explain them all, and prepare you for those long shots. This book is a must-read for beginners, experienced shooters, rifle collectors, gunsmiths, tactical research organizations. This book contains sections on safety, zeroing your scope, steady firing positions, types of firing positions, field expedient supports, using the mil-reticle, minute of angle, reading and compensating for the wind, shooting at angles, the range card, mil-ranging, ballistics, moving targets, computing lead, aiming and sight alignment, and range conversion formulas.
So yes, I've got a few books out, and I'm trying to be honest, at 55 years old, basically that's when you start trying to find ways to get what's in here preserved. Because once you're gone, you ain't getting it back. Now, will people listen? Probably not. Until you're gone. Then there's like, oh, I wish you were around. Don't care. I'm just trying to get what I know here out there, so when I'm gone, it's still there. Yeah, I think YouTube's messing with my bandwidth because of something I said. They do that, by the way. But I figured I'd take you through one of my karate workouts, too. Nobody's ever seen me train. Yeah, I'll talk to you while we're watching. I have to train at a gym. I don't have a dojo. So, just so everybody knows, I'm a Yandan, which is a 4th degree black belt. However, let's discuss. There I am. What I'm doing is loosen up the joints. Your body produces a viscous fluid when you warm them up to lubricate them better, so you don't screw yourself up. Now, I have a severe neck injury, a severe lower back injury, arthritis in my knees. I have Lyme disease, and I've had Bell's palsy. So if you're looking for a whirling dervish, this is not the karate you want. This is self-defense for old people. Well, it's just common self-defense. It's kind of, if you go over on my, which I put the link to that in the description as well, to my Dragon Kenpo 2.0 playlist, you'll see I have a lot of traditional Okinawan karate links in there because, well, that karate was invented for self-defense, not for sport, not for flashy kicks, to basically just beat the shit out of somebody when they try and hurt you. So that's what this karate is about. Now, with all the injuries, I've had to modify the system a little bit. And if you're, this is the first night I've been able to get good shots with the camera too, because aiming the camera in that dark room is a pain. Yeah, right there, you can. If you could hear that, you'd hear my shoulder just cracking, man. I got arthritis in both of my shoulders from the neck injury too. There is not one karate school in Ariquemes, Brazil. There's only like 3 jiu-jitsu schools in all of Rondônia, which is the state. Now my kicks, yeah, I keep them right about the midsection to the chest if I can get it. But my hands are still pretty quick. Even with the injuries and stuff, my hands are pretty quick. It's all from the hips. In Japanese they call it kime, where you snap the hip and you use just the momentum, the kime, to produce force. And I still can't jump rope for shit. Like I said, I'm just doing this to get the shit out there. So when I'm gone, there's a record somewhere. I'm working on a book of it's just my training notebook that I started when I started training martial arts. Now, yellow belt, when it started, had 3 techniques. It now has 12. And I've noticed men have this aversion for groin kicks. Why? They work. Use them. That should be the first thing you should be trying to do. And I also end on a forward thrust kick because I don't want you near me when I'm done hurting you. Now these sets are not set in stone. They're just a way to train techniques. A block, strike, kick, maybe a movement technique. Higher belts will be weapons. Hindu squats. Now if you could hear my knee right now, my right knee, Like I said, this is not, you're not going to see me doing Jean-Claude Van Damme kicks or splits. Nope. I have lost 15 pounds though, and well, that's 9 kilos. And you notice I keep getting higher and higher with those squats because that knee just starts, yeah, we ain't doing this. Some nights I do flutter kicks and crunches. I can't do push-ups because of my neck, which kind of sucks. Just trying to warm up the muscles so I can, not freaking die. Got to go fill my glass. Be right back. Yeah, not a lot of people in Brazil are interested in self-defense. That might explain why their murder rate is 3 times higher than the United States. That and, well, they're not supposed to own guns, but, the criminals do. When I say criminals, I mean the police and the actual criminals. Probably should have skipped right to technique. Now I need a training partner, is what I need, so I can get that stimulus of having a fist thrown at your face. You know what I mean? However, nobody wants to learn martial arts here. Everybody would rather lift weights and look good, and still be able to still have the ability to get their ass kicked. Weird. Yeah, I hate those Hindu squats, but they're good for the upper leg, the calf area. Getting them warmed up. Also, I have arthritis in my hips, so I'm trying to get those, kind of warmed up. Exciting, right? You have to wear shoes in this gym. Good thing, because the floor is filthy. Just from sweat, not they clean it. But yeah, I pay 50 reals a month, which is about $10 a month to train here, so a little less than 10. I'd like to have my own dojo, but a little water. Dynamic stretching. Throwing from the hip. Yeah, when you don't have hair, the sweat has no place to go. I paid like, I don't know, 120 reals for those martial arts shoes. Paid like, I don't know, 130 for the gi, and the belt was given to me. See, everybody makes more out of karate than what it really is. You know what karate is? Muscle memory. Physical fitness and muscle memory. Well, I call it motor memory. There's actually a class in that, and it is the link to my Dragon Kenpo group, or not group, but playlist is in the description as well. So you can go over there and listen to stuff on motor memory, visualization, violence of action, and I tell stories to, illustrate the spirit you need to be, self-defense, that spirit to be a sheepdog. My motto is, I'm training the sheep to be sheepdogs to defend against the wolves. Yes, it is very hot in Brazil. Yes, this is always fun when you have arthritis in your knees. Probably could have cut this out and went right to techniques, but screw it. People don't watch this shit anyway. This is just so I have a record that I existed. Like I said, my hands are a lot better, like my punches are a lot better than my kicks, but I still wouldn't want to get hit with one of my forward thrust kicks. Yes, I have never in all my life, not even when I was in my 20s doing Taekwondo, could I do a frickin' split. Which I took Taekwondo when I got to Brazil too, and I still couldn't do a split. Look at that bald ass head. Yeah, when I get to the neck, you can't see my face, but that hurts. Yeah, high explosives and discs, in your neck, they don't mix. There's a window, like right across where I'm standing, that I can see myself in, so I'm making sure like my feet are, and I do that with techniques too, because even I'll get distracted when people walk behind me, or I can't actually see them because I don't even have my glasses on. Like, I couldn't give you a physical description of anyone. I can just tell you someone's nearby or moving, and they'll distract me because, I've had one Shotokan black belt. He says he was a black belt. Come up and had no idea what I was doing. I was like, Kenpo. Never heard of it. Yeah, there's like one Kenpo school in all of Brazil. A lot of classic karate schools, but there's only one Kenpo school. Well, now there's two of wherever I'm standing, I guess. You could say it's a school, a dojo. Dragon Kenpo 2.0 Academy, Brazil. There I'm conditioning my knuckles and making sure I have proper alignment on my bones and ligaments and stuff. Because if you don't, you're going to know it doing that, pushing against the wall like that. I don't have a Marky Water, so... Watch the hips. That's the key to it all, the hips. I still have pretty fast hands. Doesn't mean my shit ain't cracking while I'm doing that. It just means they're still pretty fast. Here comes a front snap kick. If you notice, I sink into my snap kicks or my kicks instead of like with Taekwondo, they'll tell you to glide and all that. No, sink into it so you get a little more reach and a little more power. And again, from the hip. Now, in karate, you're supposed to hit with the ball of your foot, but I'm wearing shoes. So I would hit with the heel. Unless I'm going for the groin or like then I would hit with the top of the foot. Yeah. Lead straight hook. Watch the hips. It's all in the hips. I didn't time my gi really well that night. Yellow belt 1, defense against a lead punch. Inside outside block, front snap kick, low side kick to the knee. Elbow break, front snap, forward thrust kick to the attacker's head. Number 2, defense against a front double two-hand choke. Number 3, attack against a choke from behind. And those are the original 3. Everything else I came up with because arm trap.
As habilidades de tiro diminuíram em todo o mundo. Período. As armas estão melhorando, mas as pessoas por trás delas estão piorando. Muito pior. Você pode ter o melhor rifle do mundo, mas se você não sabe como atirar, qual é o ponto? Este livro mostra a ciência e a arte do tiro de longo alcance. Sim, é uma combinação dos dois. Da mecânica corporal a algo tão simples como o alívio dos olhos. Tudo pode importar quando se trata desses tiros no escuro. Este livro tenta explicar todos eles e prepará-lo para esses tiros no escuro. Este livro é uma leitura obrigatória para iniciantes, atiradores experientes, colecionadores de rifles, armeiros, organizações de pesquisa tática. Este livro contém seções sobre segurança, zerando seu escopo. Posições de tiro estáveis. Tipos de posições de tiro. Suportes de expediente de campo. Usando retículo de pontos 1000. Minuto de ângulo. Lendo e compensando o vento. Tiro em ângulos. O cartão de alcance. Variação de 1000 pontos. Balística. Alvos em movimento. Líder de computação. Alinhamento de mira e mira. E fórmulas de conversão de intervalo.
Back to karate. Yeah, it's a defense against a two-handed foot choke from the front. I've noticed men have an aversion to groin kicks, doing groin kicks. Don't. It's not going to stop the fight, but I got news for you. It'll definitely slow them down. That's why I train them. Watch there's a groin kick, forward thrust kick. Step out. I also like smashing people's faces off my knee. Yeah, I missed the face strike on that first one. That's why I videotape my practices. Got to get that inside block up a little higher too. They're parries more than blocks. In Kenpo, we don't really do that force on force block stuff. But again, it all comes from the hip. This one has 2 knee strikes and 1 forward thrust kick. Defense against a rear naked choke. Number 10, defense against a bear hug with the arms open, or arms free. Number 11 will be a bear hug with a lift. Again, a groin strike. Probably should get that high, but normally they'd be picking you up, so it would just catch. Defense against the club. Outside block, palm, heel, take the club, smash him in the head, and stomp on his head while he's on the ground. Now this will be orange belt stuff. First stripe. Lead hook, straight punch. Again, all from the hip. Watch the hip. You can still screw up because it's not natural to throw 2 punches off the same hand. It's also really unusual for a karate guy to throw from the lead hand first. Yeah, like I said, I should have tied the gi a little. It's a roundhouse kick. Chute semi-circular. Go fill my glass again.
This is the moment we've all been waiting for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah, you're never going to see me in an octagon because that's not what my karate was made for. But anyway, outside block, knee to the body, forward thrust kick, out. Actually, it's outside parry, but we still call it a block. You can see me, yeah, that knee is really giving me trouble. I'm actually training, really, to keep as much mobility as I have at 55, to keep it and not end up in a wheelchair. Wheelchair is probably inevitable, but if I don't, you know. Anyway, I just want to get this down on somewhere where it's recorded so people actually know I did some stuff. It's like I have wrestling matches on YouTube somewhere. I have one of them, I remember. It wasn't my best one, but actually my best matches were never recorded because they were in the school. I do 10 on both sides. And then I'll do those multiple times throughout the night because I have an hour. Karate is simply form and motor memory. That's why we put them in those sequences. Normally you would have a person training with you who would throw the attack or do the attack, and then you would do it multiple times. And then you would break it down like, this is first stripe orange stuff. Generally you do 3 months, you get 3 stripes for a month, and then the 4th month you work on it all, and then you test. Inside, outside, block, palm heel, elbow, inside, outside block, roundhouse kick, palm heel, and then, no, that's different. Inside, outside block. Yeah, knee to the face, then elbow to the base of the skull. Reticular activation system. You know, you can do a technique so much that you could forget how to do it, you know, verbally, forget how to do it. Yes, I do it all the time. I could actually show you how to tear down an M16 to this day. Can't tell you how to do it. Uh-oh, the kitten's in here. Which means my feet are not safe. But I might put this video over on my karate page too, just so people, I'll cut out the you know, political stuff and just put this karate stuff over there. Yes, black belts drink beer. It's weird. We're not all like Bruce Lee. Like, I gave up training for 6 years, so I kind of got fat. Now I'm just trying. I've lost 15 pounds, so I'm happy with that. I'm hoping that'll help with my knees too. I train at 11 at night because during the day, I used to train during the day, people, I would be just about to throw like a forward thrust kick, and some idiot would literally walk right in front of me. Like, there's a man standing here in a gi with a black belt on, about to throw a kick. You know, I should just walk in front of him, see what he does. Inside, outside block, roundhouse kick, elbow activated armbar. I could really use a training partner, but like I said, in Brazil, nobody wants to train in martial arts. Everybody wants to lift weights. Look great. You look great right up until you're murdered. There's another component to martial arts too. There's the mental part where you actually, hold on. We have a guest speaker. Yeah, they're starting their rodeo week here, so there's fireworks going off. Anybody learning anything? Trying to get that horse stance as low as I can without screwing up my knee too bad. I used to be really good at the roundhouse kicking competition, but yeah, with the knees going, yeah. Traditional gi for Kenpo is black, but you can't get those here. Or if you do, it's astronomically expensive, so I just went with the traditional white. Oh no, that's the beginning again, I looped it. Anyway, I got another, I always like to do 2 hours, but that doesn't mean I have to. I know my life is quite boring compared to all of yours. You know, living in a foreign land, having all these hobbies like karate, guitar, writing books, and you know, politics. Must be horrible. Nobody wanted to leave a message, huh? something to talk about. However, I'll get like one jackass that will always, if they see karate, will, well, that'll never work. You know what I've never heard? I'm at the airport, I'm coming there to kick your ass. Never heard it, ever. Or I'm at the bus station, I'm coming to kick your ass. Never heard that either. I was here, yeah, that would never work. You've never tried, have you? That's the thing about it's. Let me explain something about martial arts. It is simple. Find something that works for you. Do it over and over and over until you can do it without thinking about it. If so, and that's martial arts. They try to make it harder than it is to make money. I don't want to make money. As a matter of fact, I'm a true sensei in that I don't care about opening a school. If a person approaches me and says, "Could you teach me karate?" Maybe, but I need to talk to him. Nobody wants to train someone to beat his wife's ass, even better. Also, I'm not a popular guy. I guess I'm just unlikable naturally. That's cool. Let me explain something about being unlikable. I don't have to worry about offending people. They already don't like me. So, I hate you. Well, did you not hate me a minute ago? No, I hated you then too. What the fuck? And who cares? As Bruce Lee once said, be brave enough to be disliked. I'm a brave motherfucker. Let me check my social media. Sometimes that can be a fun diversion. Nope, I've been laying into Kamala for like all day, like on X and Facebook, and nobody wants to play. Let me check X, because I've been hammering them hard over there, because they allow me to pretty much post whatever I want. They'll fact check it, but so far I haven't got a fact check against me because I actually look my shit up. One of the loony leftists about Joe Biden put up, we were blessed to have him. Man, I love this team. We were blessed to have him. I put below, you don't have him. He literally dumped all of you by text. Then below that I put, yeah, thanks for fucking up the country. Appreciate ya. I'm almost tempted to do a live stream after this over on Facebook, but maybe. I don't know if I can though, that's the problem. Yeah, what the hell, I'll give it a shot. Nobody's over here, so I'll go over on Facebook.